Tatum the finish. It is Banner 18. The mission commanded is mission accomplished.
Then you got Thomas Sorber, who just finished his freshman year at Georgetown. He's projected a little bit higher than Boston. You had him at 21. The Ringer had him at 16. What do you think about his fit and potential availability?
I think Sorber would be like a lot of the same things we said about Kalkbrenner in terms of like the size factor. 7'7" wingspan. I think he measured at pretty massive for his height. With Sorber, he's got some touch, good free throw shooter. He's a really good post player back to the basket. Probably the best post big man in this entire draft with the jump hooks and the drop steps and the passing from the post as well. So you imagine him as kind of this, connective piece in Boston's half-court offense. And then on defense, again, that size, the rim protection that he can offer, Sorber would just be, like, I think, a nice addition to Boston's front court. And again, the post game with him, Kalkbrenner, I don't think would be a post scorer quite as much as Sorber could be. And we see with Porzingis, you're not going to go to that a lot, but it sure is nice to have the option as an X factor to go to that in certain situations. And Sorber projects as a player who can do that in the long term and do it at a highly efficient level.
When you look at somebody like, he's a freshman, right? He just finished freshman year. Kalkbrenner's 4 years older than him. Like, how much does that play into? I know teams like younger players, but when you make your evaluations, is that substantial? Like the fact that he has a much higher upside potentially because he is 4 years younger, or kind of how do you go about thinking through that?
I think honestly, I think it depends for every team. I mean, one of the things that we're probably going to do with my big board this year is we're going to split it up. We're going to do a more conservative board, like the teams where you want to have more certainty, and then a board for teams that want to be more aggressive. An aggressive team might have Danny Wolf ranked in their top 15. A more conservative team might have him ranked in the 30s or 40s. And so I think in terms of the age, that factors into it as well, because younger guys may not be able to contribute early on in their career, but there might be just more upside long term. I don't think that's always the case. You see guys like Desmond Bane come in late and they keep on getting better. It's not like everybody's on a different developmental trajectory. So, but I think generally, the younger guys do have more upside in theory, but not always. Not always.
Awesome. So between everybody that we just talked about, if you have to pick one, say they draft one big of those four, is it Sorber or is it?
Oh, Sorber for sure. I think he's the least likely one to be on the board at 28. That'd probably have to be a trade up. But again, guys fall every year. And he also, his freshman year ended at Georgetown with an injury, and maybe that would affect